Hey everybody, Pere Marquette 1223 here with a very exciting couple pieces to show you. I just got back from making a trip and came back with a couple things this time. Hopefully in coming months we'll be able to get more. But some truly spectacular treasures. But the first one I'm going to show you is probably the one I am most proud of. I finally have a recognizable piece of the Pere Marquette in the form of a number board. This is Pere Marquette N2 class Berkshire number 1228 number board. This was the first of the N2 series Berks that, if I remember correctly, was built in 1944. And they had a very short career, only lasting until about 51 or 52. But they were not written off the roster until the late 50s and was scrapped right around 1960. So most of its life was actually spent just sitting around doing nothing. But anyway, I'm going to check out this board. It is number 1228, and the difference between the N2s and the other N-class engines, the Ns and the N1s, of which 1223 and 1225 are a part, if you look at the N2 Berks, the later Berkshires had the sand domes and the steam domes switched around. So that's about the really notable difference of the later Lima Superpower Berkshires. But we're going to get into this board. It is 1228's board, as you can see. It is a Pyle National Company board. I mean, not much really else. I mean, it's all, this whole thing is steel. This is a steel body. The engine was scrapped at New Buffalo when a donor could not be found. There is some issues with it. I mean, it is, the owner I got it from, he had it for roughly 10-15 years and he never even bothered to open it. So nothing has been done to make this board even presentable. The 8 does have some issues. The little round ovals, as you can see, have been knocked out of place. They will get tacked back in to ensure the look that it has an actual 8 in it. But for now, they're kind of out of place. The 1, the 2, and the 2 are all the same. The inside of this thing is neat. It's got these it's got these sweet little nuts here. I forgot that you just only have to loosen them so far. Take and open up the number board. Gotta set you down here for a second. And I'm gonna loosen them some more. There's 1. There's 2. And you take and open the board up. You might need 2 hands for this. Hang on just a second. Oh damn, come on. We just had this board. There we go. Shit. Okay. I gotta take it easy because obviously this board is fragile. Oh, it wants to go back. Let me close it some. Okay. Now here is the interior of the board. These screws and this entire rig is what actually holds the number part of the board in place. But the inside is actually very simple. It's just a steel cast case with a door and 3 light sockets. And these are the original hardware that was ordered for these boards. There are no light bulbs in it now, but when we opened it first time, there were actually 2 of these bulbs in it. And you can read that they're 25-watt Westinghouse electric bulbs. So most likely the original light bulbs, or at least PM or CNO era bulbs, were in this. But I mean, they're basically very simple. I mean, it's just a cord running out of the back that would have hooked up to the dynamo of 1228 and ran from the dynamo. But I mean, they're just standard light sockets. I mean, otherwise there's nothing really special about it. But overall, I mean, it's a recognizable piece. of the PM. And a notable way you can tell that this is 1228's board from the PM is the font. The font is the key reason, and that's how you identify most number boards anymore, is the fonts. The font is everything. If you look at the font of a PM board versus, say, a Santa Fe board, they're going to be noticeably different. Not even close to matching. So, I mean, if you know your fonts, you can tell where any number board came off of. I'm actually trying to help the very guy I bought this from find the railroad that a number board came off of. It's 1262, but it has a very narrow font. And originally I thought it was going to be C&O, but it did not turn out that way. So, plans for this board, prop it back up here. Plans for this board, I'm going to obviously restore it. It really doesn't need much besides just an overall good cleaning. And of course an electrical workover. I mean, most of the paint that was applied to it is obviously held up very well. The paint that was put on those steam locomotives was meant to be very, very durable. It is held up very well and can easily be repainted over. The number board itself really just needs a good cleaning. Like I said, the outside of this is pretty dirty. That's why it's foggy. Obviously fix what's wrong with the 8. And that's really about it. I mean, here's the back of it. I mean, that's all the cord is because it was cut. You can actually see where the board was cut off of 1228. It wasn't even removed. It was just cut off, clean cut off. So, obviously was in not wasting any time getting this board off of the engine. But it is a miracle that is with us today. And now, of course, my mission comes to, for as long as I have this board, to keep an eye out for her other number board. And the issue, and that is really the only, you know, I mean, if it exists. Whether it exists or not, I don't know. And I will never know until I actually see it. But for now, I have the only existing, or only known existing 1228 board. And it's, you know, I mean, it's a find. It's one of my prized possessions now. So, I mean, it's a piece of the PM. And a very recognizable piece. So, but anyway, I'm going to keep detailed accounts of this restoration because this is a very unique one. And we'll definitely show it when it's done. But I have another very cool project I want to show you guys that I've already started taking apart and I haven't even been home for very long. So, hang tight and I will show you some more neat stuff that I picked up. And hopefully in coming months, can show you even more cool stuff. And I also have something else to show you too that I've been meaning to show you, so stick around for that. But anyway, here is the Pere Marquette N2 number 1228 number board. 1223 out.